halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On first and 10, here's Fields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So this game of ours, Charles, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Brought down by a 6-yard pickup. Brings up second down at the Bears' 18-yard line.
Fournette once more on second down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 2nd and goal, Brady. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. It's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Fields on 3rd down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Now Jones. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So Brady departs, and on it's Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Succop will put this one right through, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. Jakeem Grant now to return.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this off. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Howard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Brady drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They're running it. Watch the safety creep. Check. 50.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He's got room to run past the 20. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. There's Moody with another catch.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now it's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. Still fighting, and he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Alabama.
A give to Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Brady. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. To throw is Brady. Dumps it off to Fournette. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Being chased out left. Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator. Showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
To throw is Fields.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Fields on 1st down. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. Touchdown Bears! David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Big hole up the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try now for Succop. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, it's Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw caught by Bird here.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Out of the gun, Fields
steps away to his left, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Bears cut into that lead.
So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Here's Brady to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Brady now to throw. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bucs 45-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir, and the Buccaneers have just about sewn up this football game. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again to Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and they've got to feel good about it.